Oh my gosh, we're back. We're back. Hey guys, hello everyone. My name is Jay Rodriguez and welcome to RuPaul's Drag Race After Show right here on theStreamtv. Make sure if you want to get in the conversation and tell your friends about this conversation. We're talking all things RuPaul's Drag Race. Last night's show was a lot of things, and we're going to get to all of that. Take a second and subscribe to our channel right here so this way you can keep watching us every week as we pick apart all the things about Drag Race. I'm joined in studio with my co-host. This is Christian, Anastasia, and the very special guest sitting in for Tony. We have Jason from the pit crew of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Wait,
Hi, everybody.
you're Tony?
I get that all the time. People always think I'm Tony. No, I'm not Tony.
No, this is Jason. He's one of the pit
everybody.
crew members. And yeah, we'll get to, I want to talk a little bit about the show overall, and then I want to talk about your just-in-case moment. Okay, so last night's episode, we've been saying for weeks that the show has kind of been a slow burn. It's kind of hard to find that personality that you're really connecting to, but you're singing a different tune this week.
I love it. I love them. I'm starting to really love the queens. I don't know why. It's like I'm like digging into them. I thought Jaidynn Dior was gonna go home, and I was like really passionate about the fact that I didn't want her to for some reason. I was like, no, send Candy Ho home. Keep the rest of them. Now I don't want anybody to go home.
See, and the first
Well,
couple
now
episodes,
that Candy Ho is out of the way, you don't
Oh,
want
no,
anybody
there's still like 2 or 3 girls that I
you
want to
can
leave.
pick off.
But you know, now I really like the cast.
I don't. Guys,
Yes.
you stated that you were finding it hard to connect with any. Well, what show are you watching? Like I'm watching with you.
Yeah.
I feel like this season the queens. I'm sorry. Hi everybody. Jason Carter here. The queens have been so dynamic.
What?
Absolutely. Because
We were saying maybe the queens have been dynamic, but we felt the show overall was not, like the characters maybe was editing, were not popping. Maybe that's what we're saying.
Oh.
And are you seeing it behind the scenes and giving us like your full scope of knowing them better than us?
No, because I don't know them better than you. Because when we're shooting the episode, it's a competition show.
Yeah,
so
so
it's a
sequestered.
question. Absolutely. So the pit crew comes in, we do our job, and then we leave. So I'm watching it the same way as America's watching
see
it.
here, I thought y'all were hanging out
Yeah.
backstage.
No, it's Logo and World of Wonder run
There's no
a
pillow
very
fights?
tight ship. I mean, maybe with the pit crew behind the scenes, there's a couple
Okay,
pillow fights.
okay.
But I feel like last night what Jaidynn Dior Fear is her revealing so much about her family.
personal,
That she
Yeah.
became, when you reveal, you become relatable. So
That's recent that's happening.
Yeah, and before we get to that, because I want to talk about that, let's talk about the mini challenge, and that was where everyone had to try to get the highest number by picking a pit crew member. It was an extended pit crew.
we invited some friends.
Yeah, there was 12 extremely handsome men in just-in-case underwear. Now that's not a real line, right? That's,
No, absolutely. Just in case
Yeah, it
is
is.
for sure a real line. You could actually follow them on Twitter at
What?
Just in Case Underwear and Just in Case.
well, then send
Yeah.
us some. I'll gladly wear it on
And
camera.
they fit, if you are of the larger
Which
proportions.
you are. By the way, I'm going to blow up your spot right now. Jason the friend.
Jay
Jason the friend. And it's very strange when you see your friends, especially in a lineup of 12 gentlemen, and you're like, oh, look at him. Wow, what is happening over there? You filled out those just in case like you were, okay. Well,
Just in case you missed it.
Just in case you watch it.
There you go. People always tweet at me or on Instagram. Does the pit crew stuff? Well, one of the requirements of being a pit crew member is that you have something. You come with something.
oh.
So
What was that audition process like? Good lord,
like
we're
a
learning all
sizing
things
process?
RuPaul's Drag Race now.
No, I'm joking, but no, we don't stuff. And thank you for the compliment, Jamie.
Of course.
I do. I'm doing black men across America.
But just in case, you should send a whole bunch of underwear to these
Yeah,
men,
because we want to
so
see
I
how
can be
we filled
surrounded
out.
by a pit crew.
That's right. And there is a straight pit crew member we just learned.
Right.
We learned that, and
He's the
I'm
redhead.
single.
Yeah.
And he's actually an aerospace engineer. Bryce is brilliant.
Whoa.
Get on that.
He's a nerd.
He's not.
He's a nerd and hot.
Time out.
Yeah.
I used the 4-syllable
me.
word last week, and everyone was like, "What?" And he's an engineer.
Okay.
He's accomplished.
I love that we are giving the pit crew some cred because we always talk about the girls, and it's nice because there's some good eye candy on the show, so
There
it's nice to
is.
chat about them for a minute.
Yeah.
But let's go back to, as you said about Jaidynn, and she opened up about her family and them not knowing, which I'm sure a lot of people are like, girl, how they don't not know? But it was a very don't ask, don't tell.
Sure.
That was
Right.
a really nice moment.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, Jaidynn is one of my favorite queens. I think, first of all the queens have come through RuPaul's Drag Race are just phenomenal, dynamic, epic people. I mean, it takes a lot to do what they do. But Jaidynn, her personality is great. And hearing him talk about, I guess I'll just get married and lead this unhappy life. I think a lot of LGBT community members identified with that because, everyone has a different coming out story, right? We all have our own story and our own crossover. So for him to do that on national television was, I mean, every season there's a story of that, but I felt, I connected with Jaidynn's a lot more.
I was just surprised. Was anyone else surprised that out of all the queens, he wasn't out?
Yeah, I was a little shocked by that. But like his explanation of it, it's like, don't ask, don't tell, and a lot of families are like that,
It's
and
extremely
you see it
surreal, and it comes from both edges. Like the child doesn't want to tell the parents know, but they don't want to tell the child. So they're like, we're happy with this medium. But at the end of the day, the beauty about being who you are is developing that relationship with somebody you love and being able to grow with it. And the fact that he hasn't been able to express himself in that way, it kind of saddens me. But then it's like, okay, I hope that he gets a very beautiful untucked video that kind of changes his mind.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, because that's going to be a tear.
By the way, guys, feel free to tweet us your questions using the hashtag you see on your bottom left-hand corner of your screen, bottom right-hand corner of your screen. It's hashtag RDR7AS. For me personally, I have a similar story. Like I came out because I took a job playing a drag queen in Rent, and I didn't have to come out. Me just taking the gig was enough for my family to be like, oh, so what, you're like that now? And I hadn't even done anything with a guy, but I was wearing a wig and makeup, and it was a very bizarre experience at 18 to kind of live all that. And so when Jaidynn said, I just want to preserve the closeness we have, and I feel like if I tell them the truth that's going to go away. I think it's a real honest fear for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I didn't come out till 27. I'm 35 now. So I have a twin brother, older brother, and my parents are divorced. Come from a really hyper masculine family. So like I said, I totally identified with Jaidynn when she said, about it came from I love my family. I want to protect my family, not I want to whatever other reason. It was just so genuine, and to hear that was how I felt. It's like I don't want my brothers to love me any different or see me any different. So I think it was one of the most poignant reveals in Drag Race history. Because
sweet, and I think I wonder if the family friends who will see this show will be somehow touched by that, and it'll get back to his parents and family for sure.
Absolutely.
It was such an honest moment. I thought the way he shared it was sweet. I mean, the fact that we're all talking about it and we're not talking about hair, makeup, and the gowns yet. I mean, it shows that the show can be just more than just a fluff piece, you know?
Also, another important note is that there is a straight version of him.
Wait, you have a straight? Your brother's straight?
My brother is.
Oh
Let's
my
just-
God.
let's just-
He's a nurse.
Oh my God.
Focus in
at
on
Albuquerque,
that.
New Mexico.
Oh my God, he cares about other people.
Yeah, I mean, my twin brother. And what's funny about Drag Race is my older brother is like hyper armed forces, like football. Before I actually started doing Drag Race, told me about the show. I was like, have you heard of this show called RuPaul's Drag Race? It's effing amazing. I was like,
oh my God.
What show is this?
That's incredible.
God.
And then
I'm the youngest of a family of thugs, and no one's ever gonna say that.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Has there been a straight queen?
I would be there are straight men who
absolutely.
do drag and do it very well. I don't think we've had one, but that would be fascinating.
That would be interesting.
World of Wonder, get on that. Cast next season,
Find
one
one,
straight
find one.
person.
It would just be interesting to see, like, coming out that way as well. Like, I'm not gay, but
I
I
see
like
this as an art form. I
Yeah.
mean, we have so many incredible characters that are drag characters like Dame Edna. Straight man, just has this incredible drag character.
Eddie Izzard.
Yeah.
I love.
Let's talk about the Rue Hollywood stories where they had to do.
I want to know the real story.
Yeah. So those of you new fans to RuPaul's Drag Race, originally there was a woman who's a writer, and a very successful one named Merle Ginsberg, and she's done a bunch of things, but she was one of the original judges, and then like TV happens, the next season she magically disappeared. So they did
But
a
she's
parody.
still alive.
She's still alive. They did, it was 3 teams, and they each had to do like Rue's version of the story, Michelle Visage version of the story, and then finally, of course, Merle Ginsberg's side of the story. So
And 2 out of 3 of them included cake.
That's right. That's right. So what do you guys think about that challenge?
Oh, God, I feel so on the spot.
It's because you took the spot.
I feel that every single one of the Michelle Visages did well.
Okay.
None of the Rues landed.
No, oddly, I thought that would be the
Yeah.
easiest. Some of them were okay.
Yeah.
But I thought out of all the people we see the most, Rue is in our head the most, that no one could like really
Like recreate that.
like
Yeah.
hit the nail on the head with
That's
Rue.
true.
Maybe Rue is just hard to do. I don't. You could have done it. You tall.
Yeah, Rue. Well, I mean, first of all, to try to recreate RuPaul is it's like me trying to re-sing a Mariah Carey song. It's not gonna happen because
I just feel with that challenge that the bar was set so low with the Rues that if you would have just done normal acting and hit your line spot on and got the timing correctly, you would have been fine and you would have done it well.
The bar was low, though? I mean, when
Not-
you just say Rue,
Well,
the bar's already
I'm
high.
not talking about I'm not talking about them reenacting someone as RuPaul. I'm talking about all the 3 RuPaul impersonators compared to each other, compared to Jessica Wilde, who did it a few seasons ago. Compared,
Okay.
it's kind of low on that aspect of it.
But the other thing too is the Michelle Visage character we already know is gonna be way over the top.
Right.
So maybe as the Rue character, you sit back a little and don't be so over the top, because Rue is like, she relaxes and
Right.
she'll just raise an eyebrow, and it's the inflection in her voice
Absolutely.
that lands the joke. It's the subtlety.
Such
You know,
royalty.
Jay, you hit the nail on the head magically, because being on set with RuPaul, or when RuPaul speaks, he could say "the," and you're like, "Yes, Rue, the." His energy is just so like present. Him and Oprah.
Yeah.
Have
Him and
that
Oprah.
kind of like, they walk into a room, not to say anything, and you're like, wow, a star has just entered. So I feel if I was a drag queen, I think it would be very daunting to try to recreate RuPaul.
Yeah.
True.
But the whole challenge, the whole story, like, what the hell did happen to Merle Ginsberg? I have no clue.
Please tweet us
I
your
don't even know.
suspicions. We're dying to know.
Yeah.
I want to know what you guys think at home. I think.
Be creative and tweet us something.
Yeah, because they
something
did
crazy.
campy versions of what
Yeah.
could have gone down.
Sure.
The truth was definitely not exposed last night. It might have just been like, hey, we're just going to go a different direction. That's like an industry term for
Right.
like, bye, girl.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, but stick around. We have more RuPaul's Drag Race after show in just a minute. I mean, I'm so curious. I mean,
Me too.
that's what happens all the time.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live. In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
That the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell them, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the theStream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to RuPaul's Drag Race After Show. I'm Jay Rodriguez. You are watching theStream.tv. I'm joined by my fabulous co-hosts Christian, Anastasia, and of course Jason from the pit crew of RuPaul's Drag
buddy.
Race. Guys, let's talk a little bit about the Death Becomes Her challenge. What a great opportunity to show how your drag persona would go out. Which ones were your favorites and which ones were total miss?
I
I
like
was.
Jaidynn.
You like Jaidynn?
You like Jaidynn?
I did.
Was that the getting over the fence? Didn't
Yes.
quite make it. I thought that was kinda
I liked her
hilarious.
too, but the thing is, like, the more I looked at it, the more it looked kind of cheap, though.
Well, it just looked a little messy. Maybe up close it was better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
I just thought it was funny.
Pearl was
funny.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Pearl.
I
was amazing.
I like Max because Max gives you more with the prop, like with the walker and then the heart in the box. It's his aesthetic is so.
Well, Anastasia, he was one of your favorites. She was one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah.
one of your
Yeah,
favorites.
she's
But Jaidynn. The reason why I like Jaidynn is because Jaidynn doesn't care. Jaidynn's like, I'm gonna give you me, and people that are that comfortable in their own skin are just gonna shine regardless.
Right.
You know?
I love Jaidynn.
Me
I was
too.
so angry when I thought she was gonna go home. I was yelling. I was like, no, no, no. But I thought there was gonna be another like wool over my eyes.
Well, we
I'm
have
like,
some people that have tweeted us, so I'm just going to read just 3 of them here. This is at Remstad Houders. That's all one word. He says, "Can someone snatch Miss Fame's face pullback tape, please?" Hashtag stretch like a motherfucker.
Oh my
Hashtag
God.
we got HD, bitch.
oh my
You
god.
can't. You know what? Miss Fame. I'm sorry. Miss Fame is amazing. That just breathtaking. I don't care if his face my hair. So
Yeah.
He always comes out and it's like, boom, star, arrived, give it to me. So
Gorgeous.
He seems very photo ready.
Gorgeous.
Miss
Yeah.
Fame is a camera queen.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
she's done is camera. She's never done stage. But the thing is, with her, I love her face. She does it beautifully. But every time she paints her face, she has that tape that you can see up here.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people notice it, but I always see it, and that's where my eye goes to, is that little piece of shiny tape
What if
that
this
has
way
the
she could like
foundation on
put a
top
little
of it.
hair or the wig, or,
But do you think? I mean, in this age of Instagram, Twitter, HD cameras, do you think that there's ever really any queen that doesn't have a trick that, like, is there ever really that level perfection that's just seamless for any queen?
RuPaul is like the only one
Yeah,
where you're like
RuPaul.
trying to clock the
Matthew
era.
Anderson. But the thing is, Raven does the face stretch. A lot of the past queens did the face stretch with. It's a very common technique. She doesn't have a receding hairline or something, so she doesn't have an area to put it behind that's going to be covered by the wig. It's on her face, so you see the foundation.
You know, in
see
the runway
patches.
challenge, what we didn't talk about is Violet Chachki and
Oh
how
my God.
cinched she was.
The
I think
16-inch waist.
that is
What
crazy.
the
Well,
heck?
at TimLord_MK, this was a tweet for you, Anastasia. He said, my rib cage hurt just by looking at Violet Chachki's runway. I mean, crazy because that small, itty bitty. I mean, I'm sure she had padded
Waist
hips and everything,
training
but
much?
good lord.
Jesus.
Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah.
breathe.
She has
looking
the
at it.
smallest waist in Drag Race history.
But I
guys.
do want to talk about Miss Fame crying. Can we? No.
Well, wait.
No nag crying.
What? How did that go down? Because I had blinked and then all of a sudden she was in tears, and I was like, "What's happening?"
It didn't go down like it made sense.
Right.
It was just like she'd forgotten her line or something and she started crying.
Right.
Stop doing that. Don't do that.
I think it's also one of those shows where suddenly it's such high pressure that everyone's like, because I get super critical when they're like, I just really want this. I'm like, yeah, bitch, everybody wants this. You know what I mean? Like,
all want it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want it because I can't have it.
oh my gosh. Okay, well, so this is just a question for everyone. This is from Dylan at Dylan A. Powell. Hi, Dylan. What's up,
Hey,
boo?
Dylan.
He wants to know, who are your front runners for this season?
Ginge,
Ginger Minge,
Max.
Max.
Let's throw in Jaidynn.
I'm gonna go with those are my three too. So, oh, you're gonna say Miss Fame, aren't you?
No, Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson.
all you
Okay.
get.
Oh.
Oh,
because-
sales.
Oh wait, that was a teaser.
No,
that was a teaser. That was
not a teaser.
that something's
just
gonna
learned
happen.
something secret.
Janet Jackson's gonna be a judge next week. Something's gonna happen.
Oh my God. My top three.
Or she's
Ginger.
one of the characters. She's a
She's a Snatch Game girl.
Snatch Game girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Ginger because I'm going to trade it up a little. I'm gonna think Violet's gonna be in top because you know what? She's the bitch, but she's clean the fuck cut. Like
Right.
she doesn't fuck up anything really.
Go, Chris. I'm sorry.
And then I'm going to end with either Pearl or Katya.
I will say right now it's anyone's game.
Anyone's game.
Yeah.
Everyone remaining now is fantastic. They all have something awesome to give. They're all amazing. That's why they're still, in this show.
And this is when it starts to get serious.
Right.
Yeah.
Because once you start seeing people go home and you maybe 4 or 5 people go home, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute. I don't want to be next. And now suddenly other people who were always on top are going to start being in the bottom.
That's
And
true.
in previous shows, you guys said the season was a slow burn. You need to appreciate seasons that are a slow burn because when it comes down to the nitty gritty and when you finally get that what you've been waiting for, it's well worth the wait.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm starting to get it now.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god,
are,
I love
really?
it so bad. I
He's
love
so
the show
giddy
so bad
today.
now again.
You know, I think it's because I think I have always kind of known some of the queens or known their work or people were super passionate about it. And this season, I only knew like 2 or heard of 2. So they were like a panel full of strangers to me. So it was hard for me to connect with them. But yeah, now I'm kind of into them. And remember, some of the younger queens were kind of being a little attitude-ish.
Right.
Especially was it last week with Pearl.
Right.
With RuPaul, and I still can't get over the fact she's like, this is a national platform, a global platform. She's like, yeah, I'm aware of that. I was like, whoa.
A lot. I think people. It's like when you come to LA and you feel like you have to win in Rome, act like the Romans. So I'm sure for 7 seasons of Drag Race, these queens feel like they have to come onto the show and be this. I mean, one of the reasons why I like Ginger Minj is because she's so authentic in who she is, and she's like. I mean, every week she's fantastic. She's fun. And
she's so chill,
Yeah,
too.
so chill.
Anastasia, what are the kids saying on the YouTubes?
Ooh, there's some shade about Ginge, actually.
Oh, really?
Did you know?
Samantha Luna said, Ginge, two-faced lady.
Oh.
Glamour
She was
Toad.
a little Danny. I have to say, she was a little Danny DeVito as Michelle Visage. She was very man. Yeah.
I mean,
She's very.
she's that far off.
Yeah.
There's a lot, there's a lot of shade on here. I like it. Keep up the shade.
Sadie, shady lady.
That's right. We have some other people talking about their tops.
And their bottoms.
And their bottoms. Mr. Henry 84 says, my top 4 is Max, Katya, and Ginger and Violet.
Interesting. See, I actually think it's going to be, oh God, what's her name? The one who wore the prison jumpsuit.
Oh, Jaidynn Dior Fierce.
Jaidynn Dior. I think she's going to make it top 3. I just do.
Also, Mr. Henry,
I think she's going to be
he's
the
talkative.
vanilla
Mr. Henry 84 says the reason why Michelle wasn't a judge on the first 2 seasons was because she wasn't allowed to take time off from the radio show she was working on.
Oh, well, that could actually be really that's some juice right there.
That sounds like a legit reason.
Well, look, I mean, the bottom line is the show's going to keep moving. We're going to keep talking about all this stuff. But I'm curious to see what I think to be the break you or make you episode, which is next week, Snatch Games.
Ah, so excited.
And
I know a little shade.
You do? Okay,
already.
well, listen, the trailer did show that 2 queens were vying to be Donatella Versace. Which I felt like that's a good one to do. But if someone, what would you do if you had already planned your wig, your outfit, and everything, and someone else is there trying to be the same thing?
That's why
Change.
you have a backup.
I would add the real to the front of my name. I'd be like, we'll both do it.
Oh.
The real Donatella Versace. And I'd be like,
that means you have to be over the top with shade.
Yeah.
And you have to really.
Would you do it anyway?
Absolutely. Let's say I went on the show and I wanted to be Mariah Carey. Love you, Mariah. And some other thought wanted to be Mariah Carey too. I'd be like, okay, you can be Mariah Carey, but I'm gonna give you the Mariah Carey that matters, circa 95 to 99.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah.
Honey,
how do you really feel?
So, and then you go for it. Just go for it
because a bunch of butterflies flying out of everything you say.
Ring, just like what?
Everything you say, it's like a whistle.
Yeah.
So who would be your Snatch Game
I would have
person?
done Mariah Carey as like the drunken breakdown Mariah Carey.
Oh, that's a good
Mariah
one
Like,
too.
yeah, I would
If
have
I
been
was in
like,
this Donatella situation, I would be like, okay, you be Donatella. Here's a black witch. I'm Big Ange now. Suck it.
Oh,
You just have to,
you could do Mariah Carey next week because you got the boobs.
Right.
You do
Just
that
straight
for
hair.
cover and a
Yeah,
the same
Anastasia.
nationality. So.
Biracial, it works.
Oh my God.
Can you sing?
I can sing.
Give me a couple of bars.
Oh, right on
Not in
the
the
spot.
morning time.
I mean, listen.
Listen, Mariah Carey can't sing in the morning either.
Look at
Well,
Snatch.
apparently, after the Rockefeller Center, not at night either, but you know that.
Right.
Wait, next week we are going to kind of maybe try to do a little Snatch Game here. Not Snatch Game, but come on. I think you should go as Mariah Carey next week.
Maybe.
That's a good one.
Maybe. You have inspired me. I got to get something glittery.
I feel like my options are limited. I'm like either stuck between Ricky Martin or other people like
Conchita Wurst.
Conchita Wurst.
Maybe you should come as
I gotta
Christian
wear
and Christian should come as you.
Oh my God, that'd be great. I'm just gonna pad my butt.
I was saying you need butt pads to have the butt Christian has. It's all the Cuban sandwiches,
Sponsor me.
Christian.
Oh my gosh.
Concretas.
Oh my God. So all right, so let's go back to just this season. Do you feel like the right girl went home? This episode, rather.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, for the first time, I do.
Yeah.
Send the bearded bitch home.
Well, I'm sorry, when she was RuPaul in that scene, the beard
Yeah.
was painted on for days, and I was like, you're supposed to be a lady, boo.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, well, we've run out of time, guys, but thank you so much for watching the RuPaul's Drag Race After Show right here on theStream.tv. If you guys want to take a moment and just subscribe, you can watch us every week. Make sure you tell your friends and use the hashtag to get in on the conversation with us. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
I thought Kasha Davis.
For a Dragtastic morning, be sure to subscribe to RuPaul's Drag Race After Show on theStream.tv.